Well, many of you know me by now. I'm a Christian street preacher, and I spend a lot of my time trying to persuade people to become Christians. But I think it's only fair that I warn you of what might happen if you do become one. First thing that might happen is you might get ridiculed, like this. Recognise this? This is the Paris Olympics, and what happened there was we had all these drag queens doing a mock-up of the Last Supper, a really holy event in the life of the Christian church, and that was mocked and ridiculed by these drag queens. So you might get ridiculed. You might even get arrested. You know, there was one gay couple that came up to some Christian bakers and asked them to bake a cake for their gay marriage. No problems with that. But then they wanted them to put a slogan on the cake that says, "Support gay marriage." And they said, well, no, we're not going to do that because that goes against our beliefs. And guess what? They were arrested for it. Crackers, isn't it? And then you might get ridiculed, you might get arrested, even worse, you might even lose your life. These 20 Egyptian Christians were beheaded by Muslims because of their faith. This might happen to you if you follow the Christian faith. But you know what? Jesus predicted that this would happen to anybody who, this may happen to anybody who follows him. He was careful to warn people. He said, I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. You see, you might get ridiculed, you might get arrested, you might even lose your life for following Jesus Christ. But that will not be the end of your life, because those people who've trusted in Jesus Christ, because he has already overcome the world, then you will too. You'll rise up from your grave, you will go to heaven to be with him, and you'll come back and reign on the new earth with him. That's a fantastic hope. And it's the only person who provides that hope is Jesus Christ. And the only reason we know that is because he's the only one who beat the grave. So what I'm saying to you today is, yes, you will have trouble if you become a Christian, but you will find peace, and you will have joy, and you will have that guaranteed hope in heaven because of what Jesus Christ accomplished at the cross. Why don't you come to him today? Joe, can I just share one more thing with you? There was a guy at this. There was a guy who saw this take place, and he was a Ghanaian. And these Muslims knew he was a Christian, and they said, are you going to turn your back on Jesus right now? And he said, no. He pointed at these Egyptian Christians who had just been beheaded, and he said, their God is my God. And then they chopped his head off right there and pushed him over into the sand. But do you know what happens to that guy? Straight to heaven, because he trusted in Jesus Christ. Isn't that fantastic? And you can have that hope today as well, that when death comes knocking for you,